There was a time when dining out in America meant more than just grabbing a meal. It was an experience. Families dressed up for dinner, waitresses knew your name, and the smell of grilled steak or deep-fried fish filled the air long before you stepped through the door. Today, many of those places are gone, replaced by drive-thrus and digital menus. But their memory still lingers, like the last flicker of a neon sign on a small-town highway. Join us as we travel back to rediscover 10 old American restaurants we miss from the past, the ones that fed not just our stomachs, but our souls. 1. Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. In the 70s, nothing said Friday night like Arthur Treacher's golden fish and chips. The crisp batter, hush puppies, and malt vinegar made it a national favorite. Founded in 1969, the chain once had over 800 locations, each marked by its iconic yellow and green lantern sign. Families lined up around the block for that perfect crunch. But as corporate takeovers changed recipes and quality slipped, loyal fans drifted away. Today, only one Arthur Treacher's remains, in Ohio, a living relic of a time when fast food still had character, charm, and a touch of British flair. For many Americans, it's not just fish and chips, it's a bite of childhood gone forever. 2. Bonanza Steakhouse. Bonanza Steakhouse was more than just a restaurant, it was a family ritual. Founded in 1963 by Dan Blocker from TV's Bonanza, it brought Western charm and hearty meals to small towns across America. Kids piled their plates high at the all-you-can-eat salad bar, while parents loved the juicy steaks at unbeatable prices. By the 1980s, Bonanza had over 600 locations nationwide. But like many chains, it faded as bigger corporations took over and times changed. Today, only a handful survive, yet the name still sparks memories of cowboy hats, sizzling grills, and a time when eating out was simple, affordable, and pure Americana. 3. Burger Chef. Before Happy Meals and Play Places, there was Burger Chef, the 1950s burger joint that changed fast food forever. Founded in Indiana, it became one of America's biggest chains by the early 70s with over 1,000 restaurants. Their Works Bar let you build your own burger, and they were the first to bundle a kid's meal with a toy, years before McDonald's copied the idea. Fans remember the Big Chef burger, creamy milkshakes, and a friendly, local feel. But after a corporate merger, quality dropped, and the brand disappeared by the mid-90s. Still, for those who grew up with it, Burger Chef will always represent the taste of American innovation, hot off the grill. 4. Ground Round. If you grew up in the 70s or 80s, Ground Round was the ultimate family hangout. Peanuts on the floor, cartoons on the TV, and laughter in the air. It was chaos in the best way. Founded by Howard Johnson in 1969, this restaurant mixed fun and food perfectly. Kids paid their weight for meals, while parents enjoyed juicy burgers and steaks without breaking the bank. The mascot, Bingo the Clown, made birthdays unforgettable. Over time, ownership changes and rising costs took their toll, closing most locations. But for anyone who remembers peanut shells crunching underfoot, Ground Round will forever be the place where dinner felt like a party. 5. Sizzler. Back in the 1980s, Sizzler was the go-to spot for affordable family feasts. Known for its endless salad bar, sizzling steaks, and golden Malibu chicken, Sizzler felt fancy but friendly. Founded in 1958 in California, the chain grew to more than 270 locations at its peak. Kids loved the ice cream sundae bar, while adults enjoyed good food on a budget. But after tough competition and a 1996 bankruptcy, many locations closed. Still, Sizzler made a comeback by focusing on quality steak dinners. For millions of Americans, let's go to Sizzler wasn't just dinner. It was tradition, value, and a warm slice of family nostalgia. 6. Ponderosa Steakhouse. Born from the success of the TV show Bonanza, Ponderosa Steakhouse opened in 1965 with a mission: hearty meals for hard-working Americans. With juicy steaks, fried chicken, and massive buffets, it quickly became a weekend favorite. At its peak, more than 700 locations fed hungry families nationwide. Affordable prices, all-you-can-eat style, and friendly service made it iconic. Eventually, competition and mergers dimmed its flame, though a few spots still survive. For those who remember piling up mashed potatoes and soft rolls under warm lights, Ponderosa wasn't just a restaurant, It was a piece of small-town America that made everyone feel welcome. 7. Howard Johnson's. With its orange roofs and 28 flavors of ice cream, Howard Johnson's was a true American landmark. Starting in 1925, it became the largest restaurant chain in the U.S. by the 1970s, often paired with its famous motor lodges. Families on road trips always recognized that blue spire and stopped for clam strips, hot dogs, and sundaes. But as fast food giants like McDonald's rose, diners turned away from sit-down spots. One by one, the orange rooftops faded. Still, for an entire generation, Howard Johnson's meant summer vacations, family dinners, and the sweet taste of simpler times. 8. Red Barn. Red Barn restaurants stood out, literally. Their barn-shaped buildings were as iconic as their burgers. Founded in 1961 in Ohio, the chain grew to 400 locations across the country. Famous for the Big Barney burger and fried chicken, Red Barn also introduced one of the first salad bars. It felt homey, different, and unmistakably American. Sadly, after ownership changes in the 80s, the chain faded into memory. Some old barns still stand, converted into other eateries, quiet reminders of when dining out meant comfort food served with a smile. 9. Shakey's Pizza Parlor. Before Domino's and Pizza Hut ruled the streets, there was Shakey's, America's first pizza chain, founded in 1954. Families flocked there for piping hot pies, fried chicken, mojo potatoes, and the fun atmosphere. Kids loved the silent movies and live piano music, while parents enjoyed cold beer and laughter. At its peak, there were 500 U.S. locations. But by the 1980s, new competitors pushed Shakey's aside. Though many stores closed, a few still operate today, serving up that same crunchy crust and old-school vibe. Shakey's wasn't just pizza, it was a party with every slice. 10. Steak and Ale. Founded in 1966, Steak and Ale brought class to casual dining. With cozy wood interiors, candlelit tables, and affordable prime rib, it made date night special without breaking the bank. Guests loved the salad bar, baked potatoes, and signature steaks that felt upscale yet homey. Through the 1970s and 80s, it became a national favorite. But changing tastes and corporate struggles eventually led to its decline. Today, only a few nostalgic revivals remain, proof that Americans still crave that blend of comfort, flavor, and warmth that Steak and Ale mastered. These restaurants may be gone, but they're not forgotten. They remind us of a time when dining out meant connection, when a warm plate and a friendly smile could make a day special. Each neon sign, each sizzle of the grill, each paper-wrapped burger carried a piece of America's heart. Today, we can't step back in time, but we can remember. So here's to the flavors, the laughter, and the memories of the restaurants that once made America feel like home.